Hey friends, welcome to my channel Other Musing, Sudipta Tarot. So today I've come up with the monthly reading for June 2021. We'll see what kind of vibrations, what kind of vibes, what kind of new possibilities are coming your way in the month of June, what you need to maybe do a little differently in the month of June, what you need to be aware of in the month of June. So I have 4 groups in front of you as usual, and the group is the group number 1. This is with a beautiful clump of amethyst crystal, purple amethyst. This is group number 2 with a small, you may have difficulty seeing this, but with a pyrite cube, a golden pyrite cube. This is group number 3. We have the red jasper. And then this is group number 4, last but not the least. This is a beautiful blue Lapis Lazuli. So 4 groups in front of you. Group number 1 with the purple amethyst. Group number 2 with the pyrite cube. Group number 3 with the red jasper. And group number 4 with the Lapis Lazuli. So as usual, choose your group based on your intuition, based on your gut feeling. And once you have chosen your group, the description for each group, the timestamp will be given in the description box below. You can just go there and you can just click on your group and I will meet you over there in your particular group. And also a few announcements. I have started giving out personal readings. So if you are interested to know more about a particular topic, you can contact me. I do have personal readings for offering through Etsy. The link for that can be found in the description box below. Also, for those of you who want to follow me in Facebook, you can do so by following the link again given in the description box below. Also, these are general readings. I try to spend as much time as possible, in laying out the different possibilities. But I'm a human being, so I can commit some errors or I can miss out certain scenarios. So please choose whatever resonates with you the most and leave the rest. Don't forget to give me a like and subscribe to my channel and share this video and my channel with your other friends who may benefit similarly by watching these videos. So do spread the words so that I can grow, because I cannot really grow without your kindness and without your love and support. Having said that, I'm going to now leave these readings in front of you for about a minute or so that you can meditate on them and choose the group or the stone that calls you the most. Hey, group number 1, for those of you who have chosen this purple amethyst, this will be your reading. We'll see what kind of things are going to happen for you in June 2021. So group number 1, I get a kind of mixed message from this spread, right? I see that it looks like you have been working towards something, right, in the past months leading up to June 2021. And I see that, that is going to yield success in this particular month. And there will be cause for celebration, there will be cause for victory, there will be cause for, to really put yourself to ease during this month. So something is going to happen, or there will be some turn of events, some change of events, something that you have been working towards. That's going to reach that level of completion, that level of success. That's going to really, bring about a lot of success and a lot of joy for you, right? Because I see the 3 of Cups over here, I see the 10 of Cups over here. Plus I see the Magician card over here. So this clearly talks about, you being able to, manifest something, you being able to, the law of attraction working, in your favor during this month. And again, so whatever you have been working towards, some particular project, some particular, your dream goal, something, that you may have put a lot of effort in the past months. So that's going to finally come true. That's going to finally, reveal itself during this month, right? Also what's more important is, we see that I feel in all this, you will also get some support from your friends, right? You may get some support from your friends, and you may also be able to do a lot of networking. Maybe that networking itself may have been the cause for your success. So maybe, a successful business venture, maybe a successful, a closing of a deal, by being able to interact with others, by being able to effectively network with others. Maybe, your clients, along with your colleagues, whatever it is. And that's going to, the exact nature of networking will really vary depending on each of your circumstances and wherever you are and whatever you are dealing with. But I do see that, that the support of friends. So example, again, the Three of Cups I see over here. And then directly below the Three of Cups, I see this jeweled wave, right? The jeweled wave connectivity. So it clearly talks about some connection, being, feeling yourself connected, and then again, that's where that this thing about networking comes to my mind, right? That networking, right? Being leveraging the power of networking, being able to effectively communicate with others, coordinate with others, and and really bring to fruition a particular thing or a particular project. And not only that, so once something has been done, then then really sharing that occasion, sharing the celebration with your friends, with your family, with others. I also see that. And again, I see the Three of Cups and I see the Ten of Cups over here. So there's definitely, there will be occasion, there will be reason for you to celebrate this month. There will be occasion for you to really put yourself at ease. And again, what's more interesting is here, you have this Ten of Cups, plus you also have this card over here, right? It talks about dream, sweet, sleep deep, right? Sleep that is deep and lasts till morn. Wondrous dreams for days reborn. When I look at this card, again, I feel like leading up to June, right? The time hasn't been particularly always easy for you. Right, and I again get the sense that this magician, he was trying to put his spell to work. He was trying to walk towards something, and that may have been the cause of your stress. That may have given you sleepless nights. May have been given you more worries and tensions leading up to June. So, but as you come into June and as your project takes shape, as your dream reaches that level of success, that level of completion, right? You will be able to finally sleep properly. You'll be able to finally, rest your mind. You'll be able to finally heal yourself and get that rest that may have been deluding you so far, right? Simply because, you're walking towards that goal. And also, I think this month will be also the time for you to consolidate, maybe your financial, in terms of financial and money matters. Maybe again, because I have the Six of Pentacles reversed, so you may have been spending too much money, you may have been spending too much resources. So I keep getting this recurring vibe of you people walking towards something. You people have been either trying to create a new business venture. It could be big or small. Maybe a one-man something. Maybe start your own channel, set up your own shop, start your own thing, whatever it is. Maybe, write the book, and, whatever it is. Something you have been working towards. And for that, you have been spending a lot of effort and a lot of money, right? And that all coming to a close in this particular month, where you are going to reach that success, where you're going to finally get that good news. It will be the cause of celebration for you. And here you will be able to, or you really will have the backing of your friends, your near and dear ones, your family members, to really back you up and to share that success with you, to really partake in that victory with you. But remember what I said, at the very beginning, that is sends a little bit mixed message. At the same time, there is a little bit of things that is not so positive, that you need to be a little concerned about. I also get the sense that, especially when I look at these two cards, the patience and the loving woman, right? So this loving woman, this has come out reversed, right? At the same time, the patience card has also come out reversed. Now this patience card in a traditional tarot deck will be temperance. So I get a couple of different messages from when I look at these two cards, especially when I look at the patience card and the loving woman side by side. In some of your cases, it could be also that there has been some sort of a legal separation or divorce issue that has been bugging you, right? And you may have been entangled in some sort of a legal wrangling. You may have got caught up in some sort of a divorce or a very nasty or maybe very lengthy divorce proceedings, where you have been trying to extricate yourself from that marriage that was not really working out for a long time. But for some reason, I get the sense that that proceeding, that divorce, that separation may have taken a nasty turn, right? And so now you are finally able to get out of that, right? So I think that separation, that divorce maybe finally also may have finally come through. So that in turn may also be the cause for your celebration, cause for your victory, because obviously, you feel embroiled in a very lengthy, very nasty legal process with, where it was draining away all your money. It was, in legal fees, in court proceedings. It was draining all your resources. It was giving you sleepless nights. Now that that thing has finally come through, that may itself be the cause of celebration for you. That may itself be the cause of victory to you, though it's a little bit of that victory comes with maybe a tinge of sadness. But the good thing is, none of you wanted this to go on. So you both wanted separation, right? And so finally this has come through. So this has now really be putting yourself at ease. So you can finally now take that deep, peaceful sleep, knowing that the worst is over. Knowing that that worst is, is not going to haunt you anymore. And you have finally been able to put it aside, put it behind you, right? So I think it's either a successful venture, a successful completion of a deal, successful completion of a project, or it's you finally being able to leave aside that not so pleasant episode that was bothering you behind, and in doing so, whatever it is, that's going to happen in this month. And that's going to bring you a lot of healing and a lot of, that peacefulness, a lot of that rest, and a lot of your financial, that's going to finally bring you that level of financial consolidation that you may have been looking for all this month, if not year, right? So in a way, the month of June will be a more or less positive month for you, right? Now, another side of the story that I have to lay out over here is there could be also the possibility that some of you, you may be actually just getting into the verge of separation or divorce, right? So this is another story, which is also not too pleasant. So amidst all this happiness and amidst all this success, maybe in the month of June, you will finally, be heading into that separation that you have been long trying to avoid. Maybe in that month of June, you are going to finally, take that final decision, or, you're going to sense that not all is hunky-dory, in your marital life, and that a thing that has been long troubling you and maybe your partner is finally is becoming too much for both of you to bear, and so you may finally decide to call a spade and part your ways. But having said that, I don't think that last possibility is really true for most of you. I think in most cases it is again, it is at the risk of sounding repetitive, in most cases it is the question of I definitely sense that level of happiness, that level of being free of stress, that being not having to worry about financial matters draining you, finally celebrating that as a particular thing with your friends, with your near and dear one. So again, in some of your cases it could be the closing of a deal, maybe the signing of maybe a book deal, maybe something that you have been pursuing for, something that you have put a lot of effort and money, finally coming to fruition, finally taking shape, finally giving you that level of success and completion that you have been hoping for. And it also could be you have finally been able to leave aside, put behind that unpleasant episode, largely related to your marital troubles, legal wranglings related to marital troubles, divorce, separation. And you have been finally able to put aside that, you have that been settled finally, most likely in your favor. And that has now given you that cause of celebration, that peace that that you have been really looking for. And so now you can, you're in a position, so the month of June, will really put you in a position to start consolidating your financial things. And also, if it is the latter case where you people have just put aside a very lengthy legal procedure, for you people, it's also the month of June, maybe the start of for you to really finally put all that worries that has been really bogging you down and really start pursuing whatever that you have been after all this while. So that magician card over here could really mean for you people who have really just come up, just left that nasty episode behind. For you people, it could be really the start of that journey, right? And to really start now attracting the law of attraction, really start manifesting things that you haven't been able to do so far because of this too much of worries and too much of stress related to this this divorce or separation, right? So it's I really sense two bags over here, or two different mixed cases over here, and so in one case. In one case, it is again getting something, achieving something, and that being the cause of celebration. And in that, your friends coming to support you, your friends coming to really lift you up, really helping you out, your colleagues, your whatever, your business partners, whoever it is, and that is bringing a lot of success, a lot of happiness for you. And you being able to really take on that dawn of a perfect magician who has been able to attract that thing. In the second case, you leaving aside a particularly nasty episode of that is most likely related to a divorce or separation, from your loved one, or at least who once was your loved one, right? And finally being able to put it at peace, leave it aside, and that giving you that renewed energy, that giving you the opportunity to finally consolidate your financial matters, take rest, right? Celebrate that itself with your other, loved ones, with your other friends, who may have, stepped in to support you at this time, after you having won this battle, this lengthy battle, right? And that has given you now renewed energy, or that's going to give you renewed energy in the month of June to finally walk towards things or projects that you have been always trying to do, but you couldn't because so far you are bogged down by all these legal troubles. Right? So there's two distinct groups, possibilities, and two distinct things I've tried to lay down. And pardon me, if I've dragged on a bit, because I really wanted to kind of point out the different scenarios that are really coming out from this reading. So that's all I have for you, my group number 1. Hope this resonates with you. And as I said, usually if you like this, do give me a like and do leave me a comment. And I will see you in another video in the future. For now, I take your leave. Bye. Hey group 2, for those of you who chose this pyrite, this beautiful cube of pyrite, this is for you, the month of June. So group 2, you are going to rock it. You are going to kill it in the month of June. It's an extremely positive spread. It's an extremely positive vibration. There's a lot of abundance coming your way. There's a lot of abundance, and I feel like you people have been extremely, you have been at it, and you have been, you are the go-getters. The first card, we have so many beautiful cards over here, but the first card that draws my attention is this card over here. Dances on one foot, balancing act, right? So when I look at this card, and I look at this 3 of Pentacles over here, right? Somehow I get the feeling that you have been trying to create something. You have been trying to pursue something diligently, even with things not being very smooth. Maybe some of you you are working mothers, or maybe you have a family to take care of, and despite taking care of and fulfilling all the family responsibilities, you have been trying to create something. You have been trying to set up your own business. Maybe you already have a job, and you were trying to set up your part-time gig, right? Or maybe you had to cover some or overcome some obstacles, it could be different things. Whenever you are trying to create something, the path is not always easy, and you have to do that balancing act. When you have limited resource, you have limited time, maybe you have limited manpower, right? And you are still trying to create something out of scratch. You are still trying to set up something, right? And so that's what you have been up to. But in the month of June, that's all changing. And I feel like you people have been very full of energy. You people have been, look at this lady over here. This is the Queen of Wands card, right? She's like full of energy, very stable, very assured, and very self-confident, right? Because I have the Queen of Wands over here, and then I have the Moon and the Sun, both upright, side by side. That's why I said, when I look at these 3 cards side by side, plus I have the Magician card, the Awareness card. This is in traditional tarot deck. This is the Magician card. So these 4 cards taken together kind of tells the entire story, right? It's one of extreme determination. It's one of extreme self-confidence. It's one of, that being assured that I know what I want. I know, how I have to get that, and walking on that path, sticking to that path, no matter what happens, no matter how much of balancing act, you have to carry out. No matter how much, no matter in what way situation tries to corner you, but I'm going to do that. Right? And now, since you have done that, now you're going to reap the benefit of that. So the month of June is the time for you to really reap the benefit of that. And the universe is going to pour out really, it's all your way. So it's going to be that month of reaping that success to the fullest extent, and it may be just the start for you. Because you have the Sun card over here, the beautiful Sun card, right? So this Sun obviously talks about, Sun is a symbol, it symbolizes your soul, and Sun is also symbolizes that overall abundance, success, right? So you have the Sun card. Plus again you have the Moon card over here upright. So again it talks about that emotional stability, not having that wavering attitude, not having that continuously fluctuating, procrastinating attitude, right? So this Moon card over here goes very well with this balancing act. Dances on one foot. So you have been really at it. That's what I at the very beginning I mentioned that you have been really at it, because and plus you have the magician card. So what more can I say? You have been at it. You are very determined. You are go-getters. Once you have set a goal, you are going to do anything to get it, no matter how the universe tries to corner you, or the situations tries to corner you, or the circumstances may not work in your favor. And there's definitely it's something to do with some skills that you have, right? Maybe you are you are a musician, and you are trying to set up your own show, or your own YouTube channel, or whatever, or own. You have just got your own. You have been working towards your own your record deal, right? Maybe you are you are a working mom, as I was telling before, and you are trying to set up your own side business, right? I mean, and not compromising your other family responsibilities. Maybe you are a working father, a stay-at-home father who's trying to now set up something, right? Maybe you are a full-time. You have a full-time working job, and you're trying to set up something. Whatever it is, it's the time for you. It's abundance, because you have the Sun card. Plus, I have the increase card over here, right? So this, if you look at this card, it's a beautiful card actually. You have done your hard part. Now it is time for universe to dump it all your way, to shower all the blessings your way, right? So this path leads to this beautiful glittering castle over here, and this path itself laid with all sorts of these beautiful jewelries and diamonds, right? So when I look at this card, it seems to me that in June you are going to start walking on this path to abundance. But as you keep walking on this path, you are going to get more and more and more of this abundance, and that's going to finally end with this overabundance of things, right? So it's a very, very positive card, and so the June will be the time or the month for you to really start spinning that cycle, to really things moving in your favor in a big, big way, right? And you start reaping that benefit. And again, it is just the start of that path. June is not the end of it. June is just the beginning of that, reaping that benefit. Plus, I have the harmony card over here. As I create, I will share. Harmony divine with love and care. So this harmony card, along with the moon card over here, right? Moon upright. It talks about, anyway, from now on, you don't need to do anything much. You don't need to be stressed about anything at all. From now on, since you have already done your hard work, since you have already put in so much effort for all this past period, it's just time for you to reap that benefit, right? And so this is what happens. So for example, suppose you are trying to create a YouTube channel, right? And you have to really slog it out for the first 1 year, 2 years, maybe even 3, 4 years, right? I mean, there have been very successful channels YouTube channels, where the channel creator has had to really keep at it, has had to really slog it out for the first 4 or 5 years, right? But then eventually, their patience have paid off, and now they are earning like really big money. Their channel is really, really successful. They have become really big names. So this is a kind of story like that, where you have been trying to create something, you have been trying to set up something, you have really put your heart and soul in that. You have really spared no effort in making sure that that you have left no stone unturned to do that. And now it is going to just pour out. It's going to just all keep coming to you. So going back to the analogy of a YouTube channel, like for example, initially it needs a little bit of slogging and hard work and patience and self-belief. But then once you reach that tipping point, once you reach that, for example, once you get a certain number of subscribers, then there is no really stopping you, right? Because then those subscribers, they kind of keep self-multiplying. right? After that point, the wheel keeps turning automatically. So you are, I think, at that point, right? So you are at that tipping point, or you will be at that tipping point in the month of June. So after this point, it's going to keep rolling automatically. So you don't have to do much, right? So you've already done your work before. So now the universe is just going to, give that or shower that abundance on you for all, and they're going to like really reward you for all the hard work that you have done so far. And your choice of this pyrite is also very symbolical, because pyrite is also chosen to, taken to symbolize sun because of its brighter the golden color, right? So your choice of pyrite plus having the sun card over here, plus the moon card, plus the magician, plus the queen of wands, it's all very positive. I mean, I have no one single negative thing to say, no one single caveat or warning to point out. I think you have come across all that stage. So just keep at it. You have been at it. Now, only thing is, I think when I look at this card, plus when I look at the sun card over here and the moon card straight side by side, plus your choice of this particular crystal, only thing I will say is that, as you are reaping all this benefit, as you are reaping all this success, maybe it is also time for you to spare some moment where you have digested it all, and you have basked in the glory of it all, to just develop that attitude of thankfulness, develop that attitude of giving back something in return to the universe, right? Because of all the grace, because of all the abundance that they are showering on you, right? So just be a little mindful of that. When the universe gives us something, we should also, in return, develop that attitude to give back to others who may not be that fortunate, or who may be still working or slogging it out, just like you may have done before. So just developing that attitude of thankfulness, developing that attitude of sharing. I think that's what this card talks about, right? Harmony divine. As I create, I will share. Harmony divine with love and care. So developing that attitude of thankfulness, developing that attitude of acknowledging what you have received, and passing that forward, right? So I think that's all I have to really point out over here. But overall, it's a very positive, very successful, very bright, vibrant spread, and all my best wishes for you. I don't think you need my best wishes anymore, but I'm very happy to be able to do this reading for you guys. So that's all I have for you, my group number 2. I hope to see you in another video in the future. If you do like it, give me a like and subscribe to my channel. Leave me a comment. I will see you soon. Bye. Hey group 3, for those of you who chose the red Jasper, we'll see what your reading has to say about how your month of June will go and what sort of things you need to be aware of. So group 3, I actually had to pull 2 extra cards for you. So the one over here and the one over here, to get an extra sense of, or to be really sure, or to be really certain of what was coming out from here. And even while shuffling for your group, I was having extremely difficult time, keeping the cards, in my hand. They were like flying out of my hand. And I think now I see why that was happening. So there's a heavy spirit over here. You people are not well. You people are carrying a heavy burden inside of not being able to fulfill your dream, going through some hardship, maybe the burden of expectations, your own expectations from your own self, the burden of not being able to fulfill what you have been trying to get, the burden of not being able to give shape to your dreams, at least to the extent that you would like to have, the burden of not getting enough support from your friends and your family members, right? Because no matter what you do, it becomes a little difficult when you have to walk it alone. Because sometimes it is to your advantage, if you have to walk it alone, that means you don't have to rely on others, and you can do everything yourself. But sometimes it also can be a little disadvantageous because there'll be no one there to support you. Even if you fall down, even if you are not sure what to do, even if you are confused, there'll be no one there to really lend that supporting hand and to help you out, to show you the direction and what needs to be done. Right? I think that you are at that point right now where you are undergoing tremendous amount of stress, self-doubt, confusion, that lack of patience. Clearly the patience card over here has come out reversed. That lack of patience. You have put in hard work, but you are not getting the result from that. And I sense that all that hard work of yours, all that effort of yours, that may have been a little misdirected. Right? So I sense a little bit of immaturity in your action, maybe not thinking it through while we are doing it, maybe not planning enough. That lack of planning, lack of patience, and again that lack of balance, the overall balance, that stable attitude. Whenever you are doing something, if you don't have that stable attitude, that stable outlook as to what you want to achieve, setting some realistic goals, setting some realistic timeline, and plan it accordingly, right? Maybe you just jumped into something without really thinking it through. Right? So I get that lot of that nervous energy, lot of that high-spirited energy, but that is misdirected. And that explains, why those cards were like flying out of my hand, because it's a lot of flighty energy, not directed, not focused energy, right? And so that's why, that is causing you now a lot of trouble. So now, since you have done so many things, but it was all like maybe scattered effort, maybe it was all like scattered energy, not focused, no proper planning, that lack of maturity, right? So now, so you're feeling like, oh hell, what's going on? I have done so much thing, but I have really nothing to show for, right? So that's creating a lot of stressful attitude. So I have the 9 of Swords over here, then I have the 10 of Wands. So both of them talks about, that heavy burden, right? Having to carry that burden, having to carry that stress, right? And that's all coming out because, you are feeling guilty, you're holding probably yourself responsible, right? And so that's the thing. But also I feel like, that what I was talking about earlier, that lack of support. I have the 2 of Cups over here, the reverse. So the lack of support from your near and dear one, that could be also partly responsible. Though I don't think that is fully responsible for wherever you are, because I think that's largely to do with your own, that lack of balanced attitude, impatience. The impatience and anxiety, right? So all that has resulted in some sort of a failed expectation, failed outcome. Right. Now, so that's where you are. But the good thing is that your story hasn't ended. Right. So you may be thinking that, it's time to let it go. It's time to put a stop to this, whatever you are doing. And I'm not sure. This could be anything. This could be in any field of life, whatever you are trying to, create, whatever you are trying to start, initiate, whatever you are trying to take forward, whatever it is. I'm not going to go too much into that. That is not important. The important is the process that you are following, right? I think that this tarot spread talks about that process that you are following and what you need to be mindful of, what you need to be careful of, and what you need to really do going forward. So what the universe is trying to tell us through this spread is that in the month of June, first of all, thing has not ended, right? Nothing is over, right, for you. In fact, on the contrary, the universe is promising you abundance, right? If you look at this card, there's clearly a promise of abundance over here, right? It's in the goddess of abundance divine. Let me thrive. Let fortune be mine. So clearly you have that. Obviously, whenever, we are doing something, we have some hope. Because without hope, we rarely do something, right? We always expect something successful, right? And the universe is saying there is hope for you. There is abundance for you waiting. But you need to change plus I have this abundance plus I have the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands also talks about that victory, that level of success, that level of, the joy that, you have been waiting for. But there has to be a course correction over here, right? And the course correction is, there's a couple of things. First of all, rein in that overactive, or rein in that, that tendency of yours to go into an overdrive. Right? You cannot just plunge into something straight away. So now I will draw your attention to these two cards over here. This is the Winter's Dream, gestation period. Then I have the Caterpillar, opportunity. Both of these cards are kind of similar. If you look at a caterpillar, right? A caterpillar, there's a play of word over here, cat or pillar. A cat senses opportunity, right? A cat looks out for opportunity. And at the same time, a caterpillar is all about transformation. It's all about waiting it out in the cocoon, right? And then when the time is right, emerging in a much more transformed, beautiful way. So this card talks about opportunity as well as waiting for the right time and transformation. Similarly, the Winter Dream, gestation period. This again talks about gestation, right? So again, this shows a shell, where this talks about hibernation. For example, most of the animals, they go into hibernation during the winter period. They wait it out. They know that what is not favorable, what time is not favorable. They wait it out patiently. Right? And then when the time is ripe, they come out again, they emerge again. So there's a need for this gestation period. There's a need for this opportunity, looking for the best opportunity, when to do certain action. There's a need to, and when you follow this, when you know what time to act, what is the right time, when you have found a perfect opportunity, and when you have been patient, then it will bring about more transformation for you, right? So there's clearly a need for you to wait it out, to assess what you have been doing wrong, right? To plan yourself properly. So I have the patience card over here reversed. So clearly there's a lot of impatience, there's a lot of lack of balance, right? Plus I have this card over here, the angels of the fourth direction. This card has come out reversed. Now this card coming out reversed is not all that bad. So that means, again, if you have been feeling insecure, if you have been feeling lost, take the time out. Don't do anything for the moment, right? I think in June, spend the time to think over, introspect, pray to the angels to show you the right direction, right? Plan it out. Wait for the right opportunity. So if you can follow all this, if you can be patient, if you can be more mature, if you can plan your next steps, right? If you know what is the right opportunity to do something, if you do your homework properly in June, right? If you're feeling insecurity, get that self-belief back by praying. Get that self-belief back. Then I think what the universe is saying is that if you're feeling a loss of power, you can definitely turn that around. So whether it's whether you're feeling some sort of insecurity, whether it's a physical insecurity or personal insecurity or financial insecurity, the time of shift is coming. The time of shift is coming. So don't don't lose faith in yourself. Right? So that's what I said. Don't close the door on yourself, and don't give up. This is not over yet. This is actually far from over. Right? So if you can do that, if just that universe is telling you, you have been hurrying too much. You have been, you have taken on too much. Maybe, you have bitten off too much, the more than, you can chew. Right? So now is the time to digest all that. Now is the time to plan it all that. Now is the time to do a lot of self-introspection, to pray to the divine powers. Right? Assess your strength, plan it out, wait for the right opportunity, gestation period. Everything big that you are trying to do, there needs certain amount of gestation period where you plan. For example, for any major product, before any company launches a major product, there's obviously a lot of homework going on. There's a lot of gestation period. That's called gestation, or they call incubation period, where they are doing a lot of in-house testing, development. They're doing a lot of market survey, market research to see, how to position that particular product, that particular brand, what will be the market response, right? They do all that. Then they come out with that. They just don't overnight, come out with something without proper planning. So if you do all that, if you do that proper planning, right? If you call out to your angels, for support, for physical, mental, personal support, right? And if you have that self-belief, things are going to turn in your favor, right? Because again, you have the Four of Wands over here, you have the sign of abundance over here. It's just that you need that course correction. Right? And also these two cards talks about ultimate transformation, right? See, the caterpillar, it talks about when the caterpillar emerges as a beautiful butterfly, then you no longer think as to what you were before. It talks about transformation. Similarly, the winter's dream, when this particular, whoever is hibernating over here, that particular animal will eventually come out of hibernation, right? After the winter, summer will come. So this is the winter period for you. This is the time for you to, to gestate, to introspect, to plan it out, to be mature, right? To think through, to gain that mental balance. And if you can do all that, then your abundance is waiting. So don't give up, right? Just take this time in the month of June. Don't hurry through everything, right? Do your proper planning. Look for the right opportunity. And then maybe in the month following that, maybe in July or August, you can just resume whatever you have been trying to do, but this time it will be with more proper planning, in a more level-headed manner, more balanced manner. And again, your choice of this stone, Jasper. Jasper symbolizes the root chakra, right? So it talks about that need to be more balanced, more grounded. So overall, my group number 3, it's an encouraging message. It's a sobering message, but it's also an encouraging message, right? It's telling you what you really need to focus on. And if you can do that, then it's assuring you abundance, right? So hopefully this resonates with you. And if it does, again, just don't forget to give me a like and subscribe to my channel. And so this will be all for today. I'll be back to you with another reading soon. So for now, I take your leave. Bye. Hey, group number 4. For those of you who have chosen this Lapis Lazuli crystal, this will be your reading. We will see what you have for the month of June. So group number 4, before I go too much into this reading, I would like to, if possible, stratify those of you who have chosen this particular group into largely 2 groups of people, right? So I'm going to call, say, group A and group B, so that, there is less confusion, because I'm going to keep referring to this group A and group B people. Because I get 2 distinct vibes from this reading. So for group A are those of you who have taken on something, who have, who are in pursuit of something, but you are not still fully equipped to do that. So, I feel like you are still lacking that level of maturity or that level of skill set. So you may need to still develop your certain skills, right? For example, if you are a student And if you are preparing for something, if you haven't done your studies properly, if you haven't put in enough hard work, you may not get that level of expected result, right? So there may be some cases of failed ambitions, right? So I think that's the group A, where you are trying to do something, you are in pursuit of something, but the universe is telling you that you may need to take a step back, and you may need to ask yourself as to what more you need to do to fully equip yourself, to fully skill yourself, to develop your skill set further, so that you are better prepared to take on that particular job. This is group number A, and I'm going to again come back to you. As I said, I'm going to keep switching between these two groups. Now there is this other group number B, I'm going to call them. This group number B are the people who are doing everything right. They are very stable. In a way, they're stable. They are more upright. They are very. They don't know what they have to do. They are hardworking. But in your case, also group number B, I think the problem is you are getting too emotionally attached, right? And because you are getting too emotionally attached to the result, you are expecting too many things too soon, right? So that may be causing a lot of anxiety, a lot of unnecessary stress, a lot of unnecessary dissatisfaction. Maybe things are just going fine, but because you are getting too attached to it, right? So you are forgetting to take a step back and observe it in a very neutral way and set some realistic goals for yourself. So you are expecting two things to happen too soon, right? So this is the group A and group B. Now in both the groups, there's one thing similar. In case of group A, the message is, as I said, you need to take a step back, and because you need to develop your skills, you have that tendency to jump onto things, to take on things without sufficient preparation, without really developing yourself. This I'm talking about group A. There may be a tendency for you to take to shortcuts for momentary gains, for short-term gains. Avoid those shortcuts, right? And also, there's a couple of cards I want to draw your attention to. First is this Three of Cups, and then the family, friends, and guides, and the hollow bone. All of this card talks about, if for group number A, I see like there are people out there, maybe one or more people, one or more of your well-wisher, your friend or your guy, your guides, colleagues, whoever it is, who are trying to point out your mistakes, what you may be doing wrong, my group number A, right? But you may be ignoring them. You may be ignoring them either out of your own ego, out of your own vanity, or because you are too busy in doing your own thing and you have no time for them. You are disregarding them. So there is a need for you, there's an acute need for you to listen to them. So this hollow bone, this teachability, right? So you need to be like this hollow bone. So you need to be like the bare bone, the skeleton that others can shape, right? So this talks about flexibility. This talks about being open to suggestions, other people's suggestions, other people's help, other people's advice, so that they can mold you to an extent. Because if you are doing certain things wrong, if you are not doing your homework, then there are friends and family out there who can point out that mistakes. See, look at this Three of Cups. This lady over here, she's holding on to these other friends for support, right? So they are providing her that support. They are there for her, to help her, right? To comfort her, to show her the direction. So that's what you need to do, my group A, is that if you are doing something wrong, if you are not realizing what you are doing wrong, if there is certain homework that you need to do, if there is a certain skill set you need to develop, if there are certain things that you may be missing right now, then either you need to take care of it yourself, or if you are not sure what is it that you are missing, what is it that you need to pick up on, then there are friends and well-wishers out there in your inner circle who are there to help you, who are there to point out your mistake. So you need to just be open to them. Similarly, now coming to group B, right? Group B, again, just to refresh your mind, group B are those people, who may have the skill, who may be doing everything right? Who are hard worker, who are upright, who are doing everything right. But your problem is, again, just like group A, you are getting too much attached, and you want to also materialize things, realize things too soon. Now, in your case, the problem is not that you are lacking skill set, or you don't have the perfect equipment to get job done. But in your case, it is just this hollow bone. This is very interesting. I think in your case, it's more about surrender. Little bit surrendering to the universe. So in your case, it's not so much your family and friends. It's about the universe. It's about the guide. Maybe your master, maybe the divinity, maybe the universe. Maybe they are trying to tell you, develop that sense of surrender to an extent, right? You are trying to manage too many things. You are trying to, you are trying to have things done or have things materialize too fast, too soon. Remember, in this world, no matter what you do, and this applies for both the groups, no matter what you do, no matter how much effort you are putting in, there are a couple of things that are always true. One, you have to put in your honest labor. You have to put in your share of hard work. You have to put in your share of effort, time, and maybe even money. But the second thing is, after that, you have to also pave the way for the universal law, for the universe, for the nature to take its own course and allow the things to materialize, to fully manifest in its due course of time. I think that's what's very true particularly for group B in this case, because you are doing everything right, but you need to learn to step back and surrender a little bit and let the universe play its trick and let the things mature in its own sweet time. You can push it, but you cannot push it too much. If you try to push it too much, it's going to backfire, and it's going to cause unnecessary stress and anxiety for you. So that is group number B. I think that's what you may be going through. So in both the groups, now I'm talking about some of the things that are common for both the subgroups, group A and group B. I think, look at this card, for example. It talks about this movement, choices, and decisions, right? This has come out reversed. So in both the cases, for both the groups, the universe is telling you there is no need for you to now for too much movement, right? There is no need for you to make too many choices. There is no need for you to make too many decisions. So don't deter too much. Don't go back and forth between too many choices and decisions. This all talks about instability, right? Don't just surrender, and either in one case, for group A, let your friends and well-wishers point out your mistake, what you may be doing wrong, right? And then so that you can do the course correction, and you can then progress in a proper balanced way after having corrected your shortcomings, after having corrected your mistakes, after having maybe developing the particular skill set that you were lacking earlier, right? And for group B, do your thing, keep doing your thing, keep doing the hard work, but then also at the same time learn to take a step back at times. Let the universal law, let your guide, let your masters, let God, do the trick for you. Do let the universal, the law of nature, fully manifest it in its due course of time, right? So in both the cases, there is this harmony card. This harmony card talks about that balance. I will see. It says, "As I create, I will share harmony divine with love and care." So developing that love, developing that inner love, and try to maintain a little bit of a detached attitude. Because the problem with getting attached to results, the problem with getting overtly attached to something that you are doing is, in a way, attachment is good, because in a way you need some certain motivation. In a way you need certain drive to really get things done for you. Because without drive, without motivation, you cannot really get things done. But at the same time, if you are too overtly motivated, if you are too overtly ambitious, if you are too driven, then what's going to happen is, as I just discussed, you will either tend to take shortcuts for short-term benefits without really developing yourself to an extent that can really ensure longer-term benefit. That is group A. And for the case of group B, in your hurry to get manifest results, you will end up causing too much stress and anxiety for yourself. So in both the cases, again, this is a beautiful card, the hollow bone, teachability. So just be like a hollow bone. Let the universal law, let your friend's guidance, your master's guidance, God's wish flow through you. Don't obstruct those, right? If now you are causing obstruction, you are causing obstruction to maybe your friends and family's good wish, good advice. I mean, you are causing an obstruction to the nature's laws to fully walk through you and fully manifest it. And by doing that, you are actually hindering the process. Just don't be open, be more transparent, develop that, surrendering attitude, the humility, and you are going to get there. Because I think your choice of Lapis Lazuli is also very interesting, because Lapis Lazuli talks about that developing that inner wisdom, that inner courage, that inner power. Right? And that inner wisdom is really about that, again, that wisdom is nothing but that understanding that that there is a point up to which you need to go, and then up beyond that you need to really surrender, learn to surrender. So do your own thing, at the same time surrender. So there's also a little bit of a spiritual lesson over here in this spread, right? So you need to be really mindful of that, both the groups. So take your friends and your family's support. Be open and be open to surrendering. Be open to the nature's laws, to the God's wishes. Don't get too overtly attached to what you are doing. Keep on the pursuit. Keep on the hard work. But at the same time, develop that inner detachment, because you people need to be more upright, more honest, more stable by nature. And if you're already going on that road, but the universe is encouraging you to develop that attitude more, you need to get that lion spirit in you, more stable, upright, balanced, in harmony with nature. Whatever you are doing, be in harmony with nature. I think that's the strong message for you, my group number 4. And again, this applies for both the groups, group A and group B. And I hope you got your message and I didn't leave out anything. Overall, it's a beautiful spread, and I think it talks about maintaining that balanced attitude as to how much you should do, and at the same time letting the universal law also take its own course. You can see people often make the mistake. So there are two kinds of people. One kind of people, they tend to be very lazy. They think everything will be done for them, right? That destiny will take its course and destiny will magically manifest everything for them. That is not the correct way. Another kind of people are more like you, who want to get everything done by themselves. They don't believe in destiny. They don't believe in nature's laws. They don't believe in divine powers, universal powers, right? For them also, they become so blind, with ambition, that either they take to shortcuts, or they get so overcome by this kind of processes that they bring on unnecessary stress. They bring on unnecessary anxiety upon themselves, right? So that is what this reading is about, right? So if you fall into those particular categories, just take a step back and learn to do your own thing, and at the same time develop the nature of surrender, that capacity to surrender, and let the universe do its own thing. Right? So that's all I have for you, my group number 4. Hope this resonates with you. If it does, do give me a like and leave me a comment and subscribe to my channel. I will see you soon in another video. For now, I take your leave. Bye.